So greetings guys. Today let's discuss about hiring. Hiring, the best criteria that you can actually employ or use when hiring farm workers. Like any other businesses, in farming, when we operate farming as a business, we really need to take that seriously. So that we don't end up having just people who are at our farm, but we really need energetic, well focused individuals who can actually help us grow our businesses, produce more, and enjoy farming. Because at the end of the day, we farming, we enjoy what we do. So it's very, very critical, guys. So the best criteria for hiring farm workers. So it's the topic of today. Let's get into it right now. So the first thing that we need to actually understand is that not everyone who applies for a position of a farm worker is actually farm oriented. So we really need to look for somebody or some people who are farm oriented. What do I mean by farm oriented? We really need someone who is well composed, well connected in terms of the physical and the mental body, in terms of the attitude, character, and behavior, which is farm oriented. We don't want people who have their bodies at our farms and everything else is somewhere else. It's not good, it's not advisable. Look for somebody who is well connected, well composed, having all the characters that actually define him or her as a farmer at the end of the day. Because if you hire someone who is not well composed and well connected in terms of the physical and the mental body to be a farmer, you will end up having a lot of problems. So that's very, very critical, guys. Another important criteria to look for, we need people who are emotionally apt. What do I mean emotionally apt? We need people who accept constructive criticism and can able to adapt and change. We don't want people who are always at the same place, complaining, doing the same thing over and over again. We want people who actually mentally apt and emotionally apt, so that they can actually take constructive criticism for growth. For example, I am the farm owner. I operate that business, and I've not been there for quite a while, and I come back and see them, they have done something, and I come and comment or actually give suggestions, but in a critical way, which I want them to take for constructive purposes and for growth purposes. They should actually be able to take that as constructive criticism, not those that can actually view it as a threat or negative view of things. So we need people who are mentally and emotionally apt. That's very, very important. Another important aspect is when you are looking for a farm worker, you really need to look for somebody who is not idle mentally and physically. We want people who are doing some things at their personal level. Like, for example, because we are looking for someone who is well composed and well connected and mentally apt, we need some people who are at their personal level, individual level, are also doing some farming activities on their own, like a small garden of vegetables, a small project of chickens or goats or something that actually is related to what we want them to be doing. So it's very, very key. We don't want to just take somebody who applies and say, I want a job, and we think that person is the right person. So that is very, very, very key, guys. So when hiring, another important criteria to use is not to just consider those that present certificates and degrees. A person should have an extra skill or quality that they should present to you apart from the certificate, if you require a certificate. But I don't think it's necessary to require a certificate, because I've seen a lot of people, a lot of graduates who are actually educated fools. They just have certificates, but in reality they have nothing. They just have that paper. So at the farm, we don't want people who come with papers. We want people who come with skills, who come with innovative ideas and all that kind of stuff. So we want people who are not at the end of the day going to be very difficult to work with. Like those people with qualifications, in the majority of cases, like those higher qualifications, they are very difficult to work with because they will be telling you things that they have learned and they are not willing to unlearn what they have learned in order to relearn. They don't want that. They just believe that what they've taught at school is all the information that should be followed. So it's very difficult. We want people who are available to actually change, adapt, and improve. Those are the people that we want. We don't want people who constantly think that the old information that they have is still the relevant information, even if the setting is not ideal for that information that they carry. So that is very, very important. Another important component when actually try to hire somebody for that particular job. I also consider hiring people who actually claim bonuses, salaries, and position upgrade not through their mouth, but through their skill. Your skill should actually compel me as a business owner to give you a bonus and a salary increase. Not you telling me you are doing nothing and you always complain like, I want a pay rise, I want a pay rise. What have you done to convince me that you actually need to be upgraded in terms of the position, and also your salary or bonuses needs to be considered? We need people who speak with their skills, with their actions, more than they talk. We want people who are work oriented rather than job oriented. There is difference between people who are at work and people who are doing their job. People who are at work, they use skills, God-given skills. They know that what they are doing is the right thing and they should be doing it, and it's God-given. Those that who are at their job or who are doing their job are the people who have been forced by a situation to go into a particular place to do a job. So they'll always be complaining. So I always try as much as possible to look for people who want to work rather than who want a job. Look for people who want a work or to work rather than who want to come for a job, because those who want to come for a job will be very problematic, as they will be always constantly asking for pay rise, position improvements or position promotions, bonuses and all that kind of stuff. They talk that kind of things more than they work or they do the job. So we really want people who are looking for work rather than looking for job. Those who look for work are excellent. They do their work. And you yourself as a company owner or a farm owner, you actually automatically and happily promote them, because they deserve promotion, as they will be working towards your vision and they contribute to everything that you aspire or you want the business to do. Then another thing for me, teamwork. Teamwork is very important. I don't want to hire people who have resorted or who have a behavior and character of self-entitlement. Like, for example, I'm the boss, I don't do this kind of a job. A farm setup is a different setup. We really need to complement each other. You can actually see sometime a manager is doing that job which is supposed to be done by a low-level worker, and a low-level worker sometimes is doing the job that is supposed to be done by a manager. That is complementary work. We want people who prioritize teamwork and complementary work. We don't want people with self-entitlement. Like, for example, I am the boss, I deserve to drive a tractor, whatsoever. It's self-entitlement, which actually doesn't benefit the farm at all. Consider people who actually have that spirit of teamwork, who have that spirit of complementary work, who actually see your farm as part of their life, who feel heavy-hearted when something is not completed, when something is not done properly, and they take initiatives, they innovate, they fight for success. Those who are hungry for success can be part of the team that I consider. So likewise, I think if you look for that character within a person, it's going to be smooth. It's going to be very, very operational. The farm is going to win. The farm is going to be very profitable because less problems, less arguments, and more work. Then another important thing is I had to hire people whom, when they get to start to work, they always want to blame somebody for everything. In fact, if you ask about who left that tractor there, instead of just seeing that where the tractor is being parked is not where it's supposed to be, or where the drinker or the feeder for chickens is hanged is not where it is supposed to be hanged, and they would have just taken an initiative to correct the problem. They just wait for you to come and complain at first, and they blame someone else. We want people who actually correct things automatically. They see that this is not right, and they feel like they need to make it right. That's the kind of a character, the kind of a person that you need to consider. I think these are some of the things that I think can help us look for somebody or some people who can help us actually run our farms as businesses and can do production which actually contributes to food security, and we can create legacies which will benefit future generations to come, and we can be happy farmers, happy agripreneurs, happy farmpreneurs. So that's it, guys, and I hope it will help us actually run our businesses profitably. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, share, like. See you in the next video.